Hell's Paradise that came back this week after a break. I still don't
that
know what the
episode was
break
really
was
good.
for. Yeah, that was
Gabimaru was just OP, bro. Remember we were talking about like, is she on the same level? She's nowhere near him, bro. Like it's not even a question. Yeah, it's yeah. Like what the heck? But that was like one of the weaker gods. They said that was the weakest one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember they were at the table? They were like, you almost died to a human. You're always messing up things.
Okay. But so I'm trying to remember exactly how the episode started.
He was just like, I'm not gonna wait. Like I can't sit and wait for you to figure out all these mysteries.
Yeah.
The dude with the glasses, he was trying to, because he was reading all the books and he was like, all this is not making any sense. Like everything, I read one thing and then as soon as I learn a new thing, it's another question I have. It was like questions being answered with more questions. And he was like, we have to figure out, before we advance further, we have to figure out, at least know a little bit. And then Gabimaru was like, I don't got time for that, bro. I'm trying to get this elixir so I can save my wife and live happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. So he just went off on his own and he shows up to a gate.
The guy was supposed to stay up and watch, right? He just like fell asleep.
Yeah, he just fell asleep, yeah. He was supposed to keep watch of him.
So Gabimaru just like walks in like, I guess, one direction. Did he even know where he was going, or he's just walking?
He was just going through the mist. He had an idea because remember the tree dude told him like, hey, this is what it'll look like. And after you get past this, it'll be a gate. So he was just following what he told him. So he went through the mist. And once he got to the other side of the mist, he saw a gate. He was like, all right, this must be the gate to where the Tenzin stay. And then he was sitting there. And then the one that was fighting the blonde, who killed the blonde hair dude and was, fighting the girl and his master, show up. And she's like, can you just leave? Like, I already had to fight one of you guys, and it was already pretty hard, more difficult than I thought. Like, can you just come back at a later time or when it's not my, like, shift to guard this area? And then Gabimaru was like, he wouldn't even really listen to what he was saying. He was just like, oh, who is this? I can't keep my guard down. And then he just attacks. Because he's like, too many crazy stuff is going on. So they start fighting. He was actually trashing her low key. And
yeah, in the beginning he was
just bodying her, and then she like transformed into a dude, and then kind of started fighting back a little bit more, and then he kept bodying her, and then or bodying him, or the thing. I'll just say that the Tenzin, the guy.
Them. And then like one theory did get messed up. I saw some people saying like maybe because they're like plants that if you like set them on fire that they'll die. But they just like came back. Like she got like Gabimaru like set them ablaze.
Oh yeah, set them on fire, and then she still healed. Like she came back up. And
they were just like crisp, like they were like burnt, and then they healed.
Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest way to keep them. Like if you just set them on fire the whole time, because they'll just keep regenerating, but they're burning. Yeah. But
so they're fighting. Gabimaru's winning. Like in terms of skill, Gabimaru's obviously like better.
Yeah,
but then
way better.
She uses like that technique that the little girl uses. Like
hit him in the chest and pushed him all the way back to the wall.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh snap! What was that?" And then he figured out that's what the little girl did, and then got back up. They started fighting some more. And then he was like, I just gotta break your neck like repeatedly." And then he was just like knocking, like punching the crap. Like she was like, "I gotta kill you before you can heal."
Yeah,
or something
he
like
was
that.
Like maybe you just won't be able to regenerate if I hit you enough. And then it's just a whole like JoJo like fist.
Yeah.
And that was animated cool. And then they were kind of hitting each other though at the same time.
Yeah, they were going back and forth. He was like, I just have to out damage you basically.
His durability is crazy.
Yeah, and then it looked like he won, and he was like, "All right, we're good." And then she transformed into like a giant flower monster thing.
Yeah, it looks really weird. It's like a flower puppy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and then it showed both of the boy and the girl versions, like in black and white. And then
it was like some weird, like I described it as like a Bloodborne, like Demon Souls boss, like just like some weird thing that you can't even like describe what it looks like. It's just like creepy.
It was like a crab, a flower crab. Like
it kind of looked like a flower / like cat.
A cat.
Like, that's what it looks like to me. Like a flower, like fox thing with a tail and then like antennas. I don't know. It was just weird looking.
Yeah, and then she grabbed him and electrocuted him.
Yeah, and then it started using lightning. It's like it was literally like a Bloodborne boss, and the music was like eerie too.
Yeah, and then he was about to die, and he had like a vision. He was talking to his wife. He was like, "Is this real? Maybe I was just sleeping." And then he figured out like, "No, I'm not sleeping. I'm probably about to die." He was like, "Sorry, I couldn't make it back home." And then when he was about to like pass out fully, he had another flashback. Well, he probably didn't even see it, but it showed us a flashback of the shogunate telling him like, "Hey, I trained you, so when you're at the brink of death, no matter what, if an enemy is about to kill you, you have to try to kill them too." So it's like, even if I die, you gotta die too. Like, even if I'm about to die, you have to die too. And he was like, "You won't even know it's happening. It'll just happen instinctually." And then it was like, you'll give all your energy, everything you got to make sure you don't die. And then he like transformed. He went like on fire again and was just like, did he just like do an explosion, like a huge fire explosion?
Yeah, it was just like he was just like engulfed in flames, like just a lot of fire came out.
And then burned the god, and then the god dropped him because it was like, I can't keep holding this dude, I'm about to die. And then he dropped him, and then the girl came up and saved him.
Yeah, she used like a force field or something. Like
force field, and then broke the ground.
Bubble. And
then he fell down and she disappeared. And then the other guy with the hand, who lost his hand, it's crazy because I was saying I thought he was going to show up. Did I say he was going to show up this episode?
Yeah.
I think I did. I think I predicted it, but I thought it was going to be like more of him, not just him finding Gabimaru. And he's about to try to kill him for whatever reason. Like why are you about to try to kill me?
Yeah, they came across him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then they also had the little like table with the Tenzin.
Like, he was holding something? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You're talking about when they were, like, talking about what happened?
Yeah.
They're all at the table. And we also figured out that, I don't think they're really gods. I think they're just normal people that drink the elixir or whatever.
Yeah. Like, it keeps them going.
Yeah, it keeps them alive. That's why they're living forever, because they keep drinking that.
Because dude came back and he was like a branch, basically. He's like burnt. Like,
he was all burnt up and old looking. Yeah. And then they were talking about how, like, what forms they like to be in. They were like, I like being in a woman. And the other dude was like, I like being in a dude body because it suits me. And then they were talking about how they were like she was like, oh, you were in a woman and you were having fun. I'm like, okay. Like, what? I'm like, what? And then they also mentioned how they threw those dudes in the well, the flower well. Yeah. But he was like, did you make sure you killed them? And she was like, nah, they were beaten up pretty badly. They shouldn't be able to get out. And he was like, well, if you damage an animal and you let them come back, they're going to be even like stronger and more angry. So you should have made sure that you killed them.
They were like, this group of people is like the most dangerous group of people we've ever seen, basically.
Yeah.
And then them
she also said like
out.
She hasn't seen someone like Gabimaru in 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And the island's only like what? A little over 1,000 years old?
Something like that. I don't know exactly how old it is, but and then the bandit chief, he climbed out.
Yeah.
But I didn't see his brother though. So I don't know. And then apparently it did show the girl
the background
and the master.
Of the. Oh, that one?
Yeah. It showed them for a little bit. But you're talking about the background of who?
The tree guy. He was saying we used to be normal people, but then we transformed into trees, and everybody transforms into trees, but it's like different timing for everybody, and then they go and pray in front of the gate because that's their gateway to like heaven or something.
Like they were all humans at one point, like a regular village.
Yeah, regular humans. Yeah, regular village, but they started turning into trees, and it was like everyone turns into a tree eventually. And right before they turn into a tree, they go and pray. Like right before they're fully gone, they go and pray in front of the gate because the Tensins are supposed to be able to answer their prayers and let them cross into the afterlife.
Okay.
So that's why when Gabimaru was walking in the mist and he saw all the trees just like sitting there with their hands praying, because he was like, my daughter, I had a wife and a kid, but they all turned to a tree before me.
Yeah.